It's officially new year, new me season, and you are ready to begin to focus on aligning yourself with God's vision for your life and to step boldly into the year ahead. Psalm 11 and 3 asks us this. It says, if the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? If you are ready to rebuild your foundation of faith, if you are ready to clear the debris of the past, if you are ready to realign and actually cast your prophetic vision for 2025 and to reposition yourself to prosper in all areas of your life, this episode is for you. Welcome to Rooted to Rise, the podcast for Christian women entrepreneurs ready to step boldly into their God-given calling. I am your host, Ebony Lynn. Here, we share faith-fueled insights and practical strategies to help you build a thriving, God-aligned business. Now let's get rooted so you can rise. Great day, Powerhouse, and Happy New Year to you. Welcome to 2025. I don't know about you, but I am really in expectation. Looking forward to really what the Lord will unfold throughout this year for all of us. So I really hope that this episode finds you well, as I said again, and I really wanted to have the first episode of 2025 of the Rooted to Rise podcast to actually really kind of almost feel like a workshop, so a podcast workshop. But I really wanted it to serve as a time of refreshing, for it to also be a space where we link arms and we're actually casting our faith-filled vision for the year ahead. And so with that, I'm ready to get to it, so let's get it. So before you step into the abundance that God has for you in 2025, I want us to first pause and reflect, okay? So just as a bit of a caveat, never enter into a new space, a new season without first assessing where you've been. For multiple reasons. One, it gives you the ability to be able to see the ways in which you've grown. It also allows you to be able to see areas of opportunity in terms of how you can improve for the future, okay? And also sometimes we actually end up forgetting how much we've actually accomplished. And here's the thing, no matter how small you've been successful, you've been a success on your level, but you have been a success and you have to take the time to actually seek those things out. So I want us to begin at Revelation chapter 22, verses 1 through 2. Okay. And it says this: Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, bright as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb through the middle of the street of the city. Also, on either side of the river, the tree of life with its 12 kinds of fruit, yielding its fruit each month. The leaves of the tree were the healing of the nations. I love this passage so much. So this passage really paints a quite vivid picture for us, okay? It is a picture of God's abundance. It is a picture of his healing, the healing that's provided. It's also a symbol of his continuous provision for us, okay? And the river here, which is, it's pure, it's unending. It is the flow of life with God quite literally sitting on the throne. This is really a beautiful picture. This river, along the riverbanks, there is a nourishing tree of life. We see that it produces fruit every month, 12 kinds of fruit, and it produces fruit every single month, okay? And this symbolizes God's blessing, his blessings that are constant and they're always fresh, okay? Now, what's really beautiful is that the leaves are for healing. They remind us that the presence of God restores us and that we never really have to remain in a broken place because quite literally, his presence restores every broken place. With this in mind, I want you to connect this to your life. I want to begin by preparing you for a visioning exercise, okay? And I actually learned this exercise from a beautiful woman of God. Her name is Heather Shriver Burns. This exercise is actually called the Great Exchange. When I experienced this for the first time, I quite literally was a holy wreck in like the most beautiful way, okay? And so I'm really excited to introduce this exercise to you. So let's begin by first considering this question. What disappointments or setbacks are you carrying from 2024 or past seasons? Take a moment to reflect on this question. Now I want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagine stepping into this river flowing from the throne of God, allowing its crystal clear waters to cleanse you of those weights. Every setback, every disappointment, allow the crystal clear waters to cleanse those. I also want you to picture Jesus kneeling before you, washing your feet, just as he did the 12 disciples, removing the dirt, the debris, the heaviness, every disappointment, every hindrance that has held you back. I now want you to imagine yourself holding your disappointment in your hands. Now I want you to hand it over to Jesus. And now see that your hands are empty. And now that your hands are empty, I want you to ask him, what do you have in exchange for me? I want you to open your hands to receive his answer. It could be a word, a picture, or simply a sense of peace. Once you receive his answer, open your eyes when you are ready. Now I want you to take this as your starting point for 2025. Let's go deeper. Proverbs 29:18 says this. It says, and I'm reading this from the Passion Translation. It says, when there is no clear prophetic vision, people quickly wander astray. But when you follow the revelation of the word, heaven's bliss fills your soul. So here's the thing. Vision casting is more than dreaming. It's so much more than that. It is actually you partnering with God to see his plans be made manifest in your life. Not your plans, his plans, okay? And so let's get specific. So we're going to begin by answering 3 questions as if your goals in 2025 have already been achieved, okay? So when you answer as if the goal has already been achieved. So question number 1, what goal has been accomplished? what has happened. Number 2, how has this changed your family, your business, and your community? Number 3, who is celebrating with you? And number 4, what are you doing differently now that this success is a reality? Now remember, I want you to write all of your answers down and decree them in the present tense. So you're writing I am, I have, I do, okay? And I want you to remember that your brain is quite literally like God's positioning system. It works best when you are clear about where you are going, okay? So you definitely want to take this opportunity to align yourself with the goals God has for you, that He has purpose for you to take within 2025. So, and you definitely want to do this because it allows you to be able to move forward with a level of greater clarity and confidence. So if you need to pause the video, come back to the video, do that, because clarity is, first of all, clarity is a choice. That's number 1. Okay. So clarity can be a trick bag, but clarity is a choice. But 2, give yourself grace, recognizing that the vision, especially as you're walking with God, the more you begin to walk it out, the goal, the vision, it becomes more refined as you go. Okay. Now we're ready to move from vision to action. Okay. So now we are ready to enter into a space where your faith will be made manifest. Okay. And it involves 3 stages. The first stage is emergence. This is literally where the dream is born. The idea is born. This is the space where you're inspired, but you can recognize that it requires you to step out of the box just a little bit. Stage 2 is progress. And quite literally, this is the most vital stage in regards to goal actualization and your faith being made manifest, because this is the stage where resistance often shows its head. This is often also the stage where your inner critic, you can hear the self-doubt, you have maybe even ruminating thoughts, okay? Even outside circumstances begin to creep in to the point where it'll actually have you questioning whether you even heard God. You did, in fact, hear God. And also, this is quite literally just a mirroring of your old thought processes, your old condition, your old outdated belief systems, okay? And ultimately, it's just trying to win you back, because you have to remember that your subconscious mind loves the path of least resistance, 1, but it has a primal function, which is that of keeping you safe, okay? And so one of the things that I often talk about here on this channel is recognizing and learning how to regulate the realm of your soul, which is the realm of your mind, your will, and your emotions, okay? And so this is really critical in the stage of progress, because quite literally, if you can recognize that your old thoughts are fighting you, you won't fall for the bait. Okay. And stage 3 in your faith being made manifest is harvest. And this is when your vision becomes reality. This is when when the vision continuously unfolds through you. Okay. This is when your reality has truly aligned with God's purpose. And so, again, a critical part of goal actualization is backing your action with faith. Okay. We know that the word of God tells us faith without works is dead. And the thing is that you don't want to just take any action. You want to take action backed by conviction and faith. There is a difference. And so also, I actually discussed this in much greater detail in episode 2. It is actually titled Faith Made Manifest. And we explored this process so much deeper. We discussed actually how to strengthen your belief system. We also discussed how to overcome resistance, and I also provided you with a blueprint of how to actually step more boldly and deeply into your identity and the calling that God has for you. And obviously, in that episode, we also provided practical steps, practical ways in which your faith can be made manifest. Okay, and so for today, I truly just want to encourage you to take bold action. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Every single year, you say you're going to do it. You attempt for a moment and then you fall back. Let 2025 be the year that, one, you are a daughter of obedience, and two, you are a woman who not only professes faith, but walks out her faith. So as we close, ask yourself, what is one thing I can do today to step boldly into the vision God has for me for 2025? And I don't want you to allow fear or doubt to hold you back. This is really your time to move forward in faith. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend, share it with someone who you know needs the encouragement, and truly lift up your fellow sister to possess the territory God has for her in 2025, okay? I don't want you to forget to visit episode 2, titled Faith Made Manifest. I'll go ahead and I'll link it up above so that you can have even greater insight and to just help you to be able to bring your vision, to bring the vision that the Lord has given you to life. Be sure also DM me on Instagram, y'all. Okay, you can DM me at We Are Arise Co. And also just share your biggest takeaways with me, okay? So Powerhouse, again, I thank you for joining me for today's episode. It was a little different, and I really hope that you liked it. So as you step into 2025, remember that God has positioned you to prosper. He has positioned you to prosper. And I want you to also anchor yourself in recognizing and trusting God's timing for your life. I want you to align yourself with his vision. Revisit what you wrote. Actually, it also helps to write it daily. Write your goals daily. Also, don't forget, the vision is cool, but you want to take the action toward it, okay? Faith without works is dead. All right. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, comment below if you're watching the video podcast. Again, be sure to share this episode. Until next time, stay rooted in faith and rise into your calling. Bye for now.